Founded in May 1895, J.C. Newman Cigar Company is the oldest family-owned cigar company in the United States, and this year celebrated the 140th anniversary of the founding of Ybor City and Tampa's historic cigar industry.
And in celebration of over 130 years of tradition, the Newman family is inviting the public to tour the cigar factory and museum and celebrate Tampa's historic cigar heritage at their annual Founders Day celebration tomorrow. I am so happy he made some time for us today. Of course, J.C. Newman's fourth generation owner, Drew Newman. Welcome. Busy man. So thank you for stopping in today.
Thank you for having me and giving me a chance to share about Tampa's cigar history.
I love it. It's so, I mean, just in spending a few minutes with you and getting to know you, through other excursions in the Bay Area, you have a passion for your heritage. And sometimes you think like, oh, maybe he's tired of talking about his family. He wants to talk about,
No.
You don't. I feel that enthusiasm for you. I think that speaks volumes.
Well, thank you. It's such a privilege to keep Tampa's historic cigar tradition alive, because this is the industry that founded our community 140 years ago. And Tampa's grown so much since then, but we don't want to forget about our roots. Yeah. We want to remember the history of what started our community and be able to celebrate it and share it with future generations.
What was that moment or those moments that started all of this, the impetus that made Tampa the capital of the cigar industry in this sense?
So 140 years ago, Tampa just had 700 people. There were some ranchers, some people who fished, and a small army fort where downtown Tampa is today.
It's hard to fathom.
It really is. There was nothing going on in Tampa. In fact, at that time, the only bank in the city of Tampa was in the process of packing up and moving to Jacksonville because nothing was going on here. But then Mr. Ybor, Vicente Martinez Ybor, a very famous cigar maker, was searching for a new place to build a cigar factory. And so he searched the entire Gulf Coast from Florida to Texas and decided that Tampa was the ideal place to roll cigars. So he came here 140 years ago. The rest of the cigar industry followed, and the rest is history. And here we are today.
Being able to reminisce about your family and being fourth generation, what do you want people to remember or think about that time and be able to carry that on in like the celebration you have tomorrow? Because there's got to be, I don't want to say a morale, but there's got to be a vibe, a feeling that you want to continue to carry on to the future.
Well, I would say two things. First, we handcraft cigars today in Ybor City the same way that my grandfather and great-grandfather did 100 years ago. It's an old school tradition, art, and we want to keep that going. Even though we live in this age of modern technology, but we still roll cigars the old-fashioned way. And then second, when Mr. Ybor came here 140 years ago, a wave of immigrants followed from Cuba, from Spain, from Italy, from Germany, from China. And it was that multicultural melting pot that formed Ybor City, that formed Tampa, and created the city that we now enjoy.
I love it. Okay, Drew, let's talk about some of those cool things that are going to happen in commemoration of this 140 years, because there's going to be a Cuban sandwich eating contest. So why not? Why not in Tampa? Of course, has to be.
Well, Cuban sandwich was the traditional lunch of the cigar workers. The cigar workers would go to the factories in the morning, carry their Cuban sandwich with them, and it also represents the diversity of our community. The Spaniards brought the ham, the Cubans brought the pork, the Italians brought the salami, the Germans brought the mustard and the Swiss cheese, and we press it all together and enjoy it that way, just like the melting pot that it is Ybor City. So it seems only fitting that we celebrate the anniversary of Ybor City with the Cuban Sandwich Eating competition.
I know him. I just saw Nick Murray, and we're up there, of course, Mickey Sudo's husband.
Yes,
they are, yes.
They're both going to be, right?
Nick and Mickey travel the world doing eating competitions. They're world champion, world-class competitive eaters.
They're amazing.
And yet they live right here in our own backyard. So we thought, what better way to celebrate this wonderful tradition than by inviting them to join a challenge to eat the most Cuban sandwiches in 8 minutes. Last year, Nick ate 27 6-inch Cuban sandwiches in 8 minutes, and he's trying to break his record this year.
Oh my. Okay, what do we need to know so that we can make the most out of Saturday? Because I know you like people to tour, you like people to really get a glimpse of what it used to be like, and then of course celebrate today. What do we need to do to make the most of Saturday?
So on Saturday, we're opening up our historic El Reloj Cigar Factory to the public. It's a free, family-friendly community event. We We've got games, we have factory tours, we have activities, lots of vendors coming and we want to invite the public to come and join us just to experience Tampa's cigar history. And it's going to be a beautiful day, and we'd love to see everyone there.
Love it. This is such good stuff, Drew. And just like Natalie started with saying, you have so much passion for this, and you proved it.
This has been great. Thank you. Thanks for stopping in today.
Great
Have
to
fun
see you.
tomorrow.
We will.